Sato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Avir Maidhi Rudro Yatte Dakshinam Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So now we are again in the making synopsis of each chapter, starting from chapter 1 of the Yoga-Vasishta Sara, which is called Nectar of Supreme Knowledge. So this is one of the best Vedantic texts of non-dual Vedantic ideas, and it is adored by most of the intelligent spiritual people who wants to get rid of this bondage of life. These 223 verses of this chapter, of this book, has been divided into 10 chapters, and we have went through the chapter, all the whole book, but now we have passed through the chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. Now today we'll start chapter 5. This chapter has been divided in the way how to attain to that spiritual wisdom and knowledge. First point is detachment. We are just reading today in the afternoon where Narada, the Bhakti school of thought, they are talking about Tattu, how to attain that supreme love, Vishayatyagat, Sangatyagatcha. You have to give up, renounce the sensory objects and also the attachment for the sensory objects. People may give up sensory object, but mentally they brood on. So that attachment in a subtle way, that is also to be given up. And here in the very first chapter, Vasishtha Dev advised Rama, learn detachment, vairagya. This is the same key message, whether bhakti, whether Vedanta, whether meditation, whether karma. Detach, 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 detach. So this is the idea we read in the chapter 1. Second chapter we discussed why I shall detach. Because you should attach to a thing which is permanent. You should detach from that thing which does not remain for long and which does not give perpetual happiness and peace. So because the unreal nature of this universe, we should detach from it. Second chapter talked about that this world is unreal. Its very nature is unreal. Because anything in the world you see of name and form is always changing and it is always in the flux. So you should not pay your total connection with that which is changing so much. Rather you try to find that which is eternal. You want to be eternal, so follow that. Third chapter, then unreal nature of the universe, we should detach from that. But what should attach? To your own self. Third chapter, self-knowledge. Go to your own self and then you attain that knowledge and then attach there. Then your fulfillment of life comes. Fourth chapter, then how shall I do it? It talks about how to do that. It is your mind. Dissolve your mind. Mano laya prakarana. Mind always in the flux. Raja Yoga teaches that chitta vritti nirodha. Chitta means the mind stuff, always ripples and waves and ripples and waves. Just nirodha, control, or have a perfect charge over it, so that it does not ripple as it likes. So that's why destroy that mind. Because why mind to destroy? Then we will be like fossil? Well, no. Mind, when connected with God, it becomes tremendously powerful. It brings tremendous joy. But mind, when connected through these sense objects, it gives us little petty, little piece of, little momentary spark of joy, followed by so much of darkness, because mind runs in sense objects, which is by its nature impermanent. So, dissolve the mind. Why dissolve? Simple example. When our mind gets every day dissolved, when? When we go to deep sleep. Look at our condition. Whole day mind is always thinking this, thinking that, going this, seeing that, hearing that, touching that, tasting that, eating that. All the sense objects, mind is connected. That's the whole day means nothing, but your mind is rippled in this form or that form or that form, in the anger form, in the peaceful form, in the frustration form, or sometimes excited form. It's all mind. Now you go to sleep. Then you see the dream. That's also mind. But when mind does not work, it gets tired, it goes to sleep. When it goes to sleep, see how peace every one of us feel peace. If it happens like this, now if I can train my mind, then mind goes to think of the divine. And mind can take the wave, total bliss of that Atman, then what type of joy it can give us. So that's why this chapter says, dissolve the mind, what we read last time. That's the chapter 4. But just dissolving the mind will not do. Because our mind dissolves. When? Sleep time, deep sleep. But again we get up, what happens? Again the same world comes up. Same happiness, same misery, same frustration, same anger, same old day, same old rut. No change in life. I went to peace in deep sleep, but come out the same old guy. Then what is the use of this? Therefore what you do, there is a latent impression that always pushes you forward. Therefore, what you have to do, destruction of the latent impression. Only superficially just putting the mind into sleep condition will not do. You have to see what is behind the mind, underground forces, substratum, the samskara, which is beyond, it's called the subconscious mind. We call the subconscious mind. So subconscious mind, first you work on this surface mind. Put it in God consciousness, day and night. Then you will be full of joy. As we do, as I said, that without effort, we go to deep sleep. But that time is you all feel peace. A cat, dog, an animal, peaceful state of everyone is when they go to deep sleep. But we can do by meditation. We can make the mind so calm, it does not think of any material world, this outside world. Neither. It thinks of your imaginary world. Put it in God. If one can do that, mind becomes saturated with God, then what will happen? Then perfect peace will come. It's temporary peace every day we experience, that will give us the permanent peace. But it is not so easy. You try to level the mental waves in the top, but there is subconscious thoughts and emotions and anger and frustration. We are carrying, all of us carrying a bundle, big bundle of past life's samskaras. impressions. That's why you find we are so different. One boy, one girl from the childhood, they are getting meditation, chanting, singing. You go, you're surprised, you go to South Indian families. The children, they know Vishnu Sahasranama, they are chanting. And the same age boy come with a gun, good, 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 good. They're not fighting with a gun. And if it is one, my 10 guns are there, 12 guns I need. Why the gun concept comes from the subconscious, where this concept of chanting, the mantra comes, meditation comes, someone is from the childhood you find poking all the time and troubling other brother, sister. Another is be timid and very polite and humble. Why this difference? Each one is carrying one baggage, big baggage. That is called the subconscious baggage. We call this sanskara in our latent impression. That is latent. That impressions are latent. It can pop up at any moment of time. And that you have to work with if you want to have permanent peace. See, spiritual life is not so easy. Science is taking us hand by step. You take care, the unreal object. Do you want to be here? Be here. You want freedom? Then you have to consider this is unreal. I will have to detach from the unreal. Why to detach? Then where I shall attach? I will attach to the Atman. That's the third part. Fourth, it says, how will you do? You don't engage your mind in the unreal things. Rather, try to make the mind equanimity of the mind by thinking of Atman, by thinking of what is the inner self. And this will be not so easy. If you superficially, you say, I will not engage in this thing. Okay, what is going on? As is our interest. Something going on, I am not involved. It's not my business. What? And go into it and then probe into it and get into it. It's not your business, but you will push your head inside. If you are spiritual gradually, you will feel less interest in that. Your interest will turn into another direction. How to go inside. How much time you can squeeze to do your spiritual practice. Or how much time you can spend in your own meditative mood or prayerful mood or reading some books or doing something which is elevating tendency. But if you do that on the surface, but subconscious, people say, I don't want it. I do want to control myself. But I fail. Why do you fail? Because there is subconscious push. So this is the chapter. We have to work on that. That is the 5th chapter. It is called the destruction of latent impression. Vasana, uposama, prakashana. Vasana is a latent impression which is hidden in our mind, package which you are carrying, unfolded, not unfolded yet. Infinite number of stock is there. Bad, good, all impressions are there. So that is to uposama. That you have to destroy that also. So this is the study of today, chapter 5. That's called the destruction of latent impression. Chapter 5. It has how many verses? I think it is not a big one. 16 verses are there. So we'll run over this, what it talks about. So this is the preamble of the 5th chapter. So, what it says? First verse says, O Rama, know that this inquiry into the self regarding who am I in my essential nature is like a fire that burns the chitta tree along with the desired seed that causes suffering. You want to get out of this world, O Rama, you destroy. You have to destroy what? Destroy the latent impressions also, or subconscious thoughts. That also. How shall I do that? Simple response, the inquiry into the self. Don't inquire what is going on in the newspaper, day and night. What is going on, this President Trump is talking, or now he does not talk more. But anyway, wherever, get engaged. You have a higher thing to be engaged. So it is to inquiry into the self, capital self. Who am I? What is this inquiry of the self? Who am I? Why am I here? What is the purpose of life? Why am I suffering so much? Put those questions. So, who am I in my essential nature? Am I the mass of this flesh and bone? Or my neurosystem? Or what I see about my mind and emotions? Am I a bundle of all this, or what am I? So inquire. And it's like that, if you can do that, it is like a bonfire. Huh? It's like a match stick in a dry tree. What happens? The dry tree gets burnt with its root also. So similarly, aham brahmasmi, or inquiry into your own self. Who am I? That will lead you to destroy the impressions also. What the question of the external branches and twigs, no? That will go away. That will be burnt with the fire of knowledge. And it goes, after burning them, it goes down, down, down. It can burn the whole root. There will be no more any tree anymore. Samsara tree. 15th chapter, that's why it is said, Urdhamalam madhashakam. They compare the world as like a tree whose root is in Brahman. Urdhamulam. Mula. The root is in the tree. Just our tree is on the ground and tree goes up. Just topple it. The root is in the heaven, in the divine. And this is the world, is the with the twigs and branches and this. This is Vistar of the world, expanding in the world. That is given the idea. So you put a fire into it. What is the fire? Fire of knowledge. So know that I am, who am I? Is like a fire that burns the chitta tree. Chitta means the mind. Chitta means mind. What is four? Four things called chitta. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. These four are called in one word, chitta. Mano, mind, buddhi, intellect, chitta, remembering faculty, and aham, ego. These four things is called chitta. And that is our subtle existence. We live in that consciousness. I, my mind, I understand. I remember. These are the four faculties which is working behind this body. And the body only moves, it is an external engine. But internal engine is this four, called antaha karana. In technical term we call antaha, internal, karana means organs. What are the four? Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Mind with its emotions, intellect, rational thinking, and decision-making part. Then chitta, the remembering faculty, and ahankara is the ego sense. What is it? So, this is the, hey, check, something has happened. Okay, so this four, if they are destroyed, if your mind is destroyed, if your ego is destroyed, if your memory of the world is gone, who are you then? You are Brahman alone. That is the point. It will remain that. That's why in the explanation they have given, Koham kathamidam, who am I? From where this universe is born? On page 187. When is the master of this universe? Who is the master of this universe? What are the constituent material of the universe? This type of analysis is called spiritual practice in the path of knowledge. So this is the book. What will be a spiritual practice? Who am I? Where did I come from? What is this universe? Why am I here? Who has been put me, compelled to stay here? Then this type of analysis, constant analysis, is like, it will give the clarity that this world, I am not this flesh and bone. I am not this mind. Mind this moment is happy. That moment is unhappy. This moment I understand this. Next moment I don't understand. I get puzzled. This is my memory. Memory are failing. Hundreds of people. Dr. Radhakrishnan, such a great philosopher and president of India, last part, all memory is gone. What can you do? Many big people lose their memory. So do trust on memory. So get out of that. And ego, I. You know who am I? Yes, we know you. But who are you? That you, how many people say I? They are all gone into the glory. And we don't see any trace of them, except in the history. Huh? Or how many people remember the history? Forget that. So in this way, if you understand this, discard that. And that inquiry will lead you to this illumination. Second verse. Bicharo darpane lagna dhiyang dharja dhurangatam adhayo na nilumpanti batas chitra latamiva. It's like just like a wind is incapable of shaking a painting of a creeper. Similarly, the intellect that is fastened to the mirror of discrimination has thus attained steadiness, extreme patience, cannot be shaken by disease or mental suffering. Understand? Suppose there is a painting, painting of a creeper painted. But just a wind is incapable of shaking the painting of a creeper. Painting, it cannot do anything. The cloth, it can make it a flow. As like that, intellect, the intellect through which we understand the world, is fastened to the mirror of discrimination. When our intellect is attached to the discriminative faculty, what is permanent, impermanent, real, unreal, in that analysis when it is given, then it attains steadiness and cannot be shaken. Then whatever comes in the life, no one can create a move into the understanding of that person. So understanding becomes firm and complete. Now, fourth verse says, in this plane, the one who has become aware of his own Brahman nature through discrimination and has realized Brahman, to such a knower of truth, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva and all the gods become the object of compassion. We are praying to Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, please help us. But when you actually aware of his own Brahman nature, who are you? As a body, we are all limited. As a body, we are all powerless. With little COVID, little disease, little heart attack, little this, we are all done. As a body. But as a spirit, who can do anything to that? So that's why it says, in this plane, the one who has become aware of his own Brahman nature, suppose one has understood, I am not the body, I am the Atman. So, I am the nature of discrimination, has realized Brahman, to that such a knower of truth, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, they and all gods become the object of compassion. That means they will be bowing down to you. Because you don't care for anything. Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, in Hindu mythology, the idea is that very highly evolved soul, those who are freed from their all entanglements into this world, but because they have great punna, or what we call auspicious activity, as a result of their high earned punna, punna, the merit. Their extraordinary merit. They said, I want to be the ruler of creation. I want to be the ruler of... There is competition. Like many competitors will be there. Whose merit is greater, the highest score, he will be selected in that position, no? So, this is lower than your Brahmajnana. Why? Because Brahmajnana, you don't need anything. You feel that you are so full. What this world? Who to rule this world? No? I don't want, ruling is a desire, is it not? You want to control, you want to master, you want to be boss, no? But when you think I am Brahman everywhere, so that desire goes away. That's a much higher state than that of even all the gods and goddesses who control the different segments. In Hindu mythology, we call Mother Lakshmi. She controls the financial department. There is Mother Saraswati. She looks after the education department and knowledge department. তারপরে Ganesha is success department. Success and what else? Business, success, and what else? So anyhow, Siddhi, success, Siddhi are all. So, and Hanumanji, they are all different powerful realities, no? But they do live in the conscious world because we need them. For us, 7 billion people, they will have to ask for something. Where they will go? All go to Brahman. Brahman will say, I cannot give you anything. I am only. So there is no world, no time, no space, no causation. When you come into time-space causation, then there is somebody who is the God of creation, God of sustenance, God of destruction, department, very organized department, democratic government. So he is the finance department. Don't come to me. You can get it to that department. You apply in the finance department and they will sanction your money. You are in the department of engineering department. What is Vishwakarma Devata? There is one god in Hindu mythology they call Vishwakarma. So whole orderly, any technical thing you want, you go to him. You should not go to Mother Lakshmi. Mother Lakshmi, you go for money, wealth, gold, jewel, all this. So department, very well organized departments. All coming from one Brahman. Stock is the same, treasury is the same, money is divided. Sanction this much money here, that much here. So these are the powerful gods, but they are stuck into the power. The Brahmajnani excels them because he does not care for anything. That's why even the gods and goddesses, they are not that fortunate. Fortunate person is that who says, I don't care for anything, I am established in my Brahman nature. So that is and has realized Brahman. To such a knower of truth, even Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all the gods become the object of compassion. So unique is the glory of Brahman. Now, page 194, the translation goes, to a person who is constantly engaged in the type of discrimination. What is the type of discrimination? What is the true nature of this whole universe? What is the very essential nature of myself? The world appears as quite unreal and trivial. So how only one weapon for a Vedanta student is this, that he will constantly engage in this type of discrimination. What is the discrimination? Discrimination, what is the true nature of this whole universe? I see it is made of all earth, air, fire, etc., all the elements. Is it so? What is the constituent element of this world? This is all Maya. Analyze. It is all Maya. Maya, why? Maya means Yama, which is not there, but appears like that. It is not this. It is Satchidananda. But you look at it in the name and form. So, to a person of discrimination, that means discrimination is of what? You have to discriminate two things. What is this universe? Who am I? Who am I? That's why Aham Brahma Asmi. Tat Tamasi. That is the analysis. Aham, I. Who am I? I am not the body, not the mind, not the intellect, not the ego. I am that Satchidananda. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am not the mind. Mano buddhi chitta ahankarani naham. Nacha shrotra juve, nacha grana netre. Shrotra, jiva, grana, netra. Na bhuma na bhumi, na tejo na vayu. Not the sky, bhuma, bhumi the earth, teja, the light, fire, vayu, the wind. I am not these elements. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Those who analyze this, that is the, and what is this universe I see? This universe, as you say, it is all God, divine, or you say it is Maya. It is only name and form. It is not real. So those who analyze this way, day and night, this world will appear quite unreal. Say, analyzing this way, after constant thinking, this attraction for this will go away. Because it is momentary. It is transient. We will have to live in this world for eating, sleeping, and having our day-to-day things to do. But it is not permanent. Like now, scriptures give the example, you go on a pilgrimage, and you on the way of pilgrimage, now hotels are there. We call it's called the Panthasala. There are inns. And when you are tired, enter into one inn. And then you stay for one night because you have worked whole day, stay one night, and sadhus can stay one night or 2 nights, and then move on again. Not to stay permanently. This world is our, what you call the Panthasala, means the inn. Oh, that's why there is one colloquial proverb. Deho dharam sala karo, ala zognaan. What does that first line I am forgetting? Deho dharam sala karo, pran vayu mala karo, tala karo pyan. Deho dharam sala karo, ala zognaan. I got the 4 lines now. Pran vayu mala karo. You want a rosary? You don't need rosary. This is the rosary. Mantra, one mantra. Another mantra. No? Pran vayu, this flowing, the pranic energy, make it mala. Your hand will be free. That means take the name of the Lord in every breath. That's the instruction. Pran vayu mala karo. Tala karo pyan. All your pranic energy to the senses, arrest them. Have a mastery of your sense organs. Deho dharam sala karo. Don't think this body, my body, my body. Are, this is my inn. This is a temporary house. Lord has given me for staying for a few days. So someone lives in 100 years, someone for 20 years, someone for 50 years. No. So think it is a dharamsala. It is an inn. It is not you. You are staying here, but you are not that. Deho dharamsala karo. And there is no other yoga. You don't need any yoga or any practice. That is the idea. So the idea is here, to a person who is constantly engaged in this type of analysis, discrimination, what is the true nature of the whole universe? What is the very essential nature of my own self? The world appears as quite unreal and trivial. Then this attraction, this world, one will remain in the world, but he will not be entangled into the world. You know, if you go and stay in a hotel, do you think that that is your permanent residence? You know, it is for temporary, for 5 days, for 6 days. You think that you are given this house, this is the house. A good house. You can see through this house, you can hear through this house, you can eat through this house. But this is a home, not a permanent home. It's a temporary home. So if you know this and stay, then you will not be attached. In a rented house, you know it is not your house. So that attachment will go away. This is a rented house. God has loaned me for this life, maybe for another 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years. But it is not mine. It is someone's. Then detachment will come. Now the verse number 7 on page 197. Through the control of the vital air and the renunciation of latent impressions, the mind attains the state which is beyond the mind. Following these means, after the dissolution of the mind, behave as you wish. Why it is blocking? I don't see anything here. Running. So what it says, that 6th verse. 6th verse says, on the page number 197, that in the desert, the idea of water does not occur in the mind of a wise person. Similarly, for one whose stupidity of ignorance is destroyed through the realization of the meaning of everything is verily Brahman of the Upanishad, there arises no worldly desires anymore. What it says, suppose a man of wisdom who knows, suppose you are driving, I give this example again and again. When you drive in the hot summer, on the road you will find that because of the what you call the reflection, so you will find that it is water on the road. In a little distance you find water. And you are going, your car reaches that point, you see nothing is there. But you see the water. That seeing the water is unavoidable. But you know it is no water, you will not be deluded. So you see the world. We all see the world. But we think it is real. But a Brahmajnani, what will happen? He will see the world, but he will see not in the eyes. We look at it. I like it, I hold it, I want it. If I get, I am happy. If I don't get, I am unhappy. This type of wrong concept will go away. So this will be the achievement, that as in the desert, the idea of water does not occur in the mind of a wise person. Wise person knows it is mirage. It is only the sand bed. Nothing, water cannot be got. No? Swami Vivekananda said, once he was walking to the desert in Rajasthan, and though he knew the science, that it is only mirage, but he was walking, and every day seeing beautiful lakes, and the reflection of the trees in the water. One day he felt a little thirsty, and then he went to find water, and he found that that's gone. Then he remembered, this is called the mirage. So I was seeing so many days mirage only, and I am thinking that it's water. Now he knew. When Swamiji knew that, then also he went to the same desert, but he was never attached to it or running to grab it. He knows it is only appearance. That's why Vedanta always says this world is an appearance. Appearance, it looks like this. But you want to catch it, it goes away. And when you bring a flashlight, then you find that rope is remaining, snake is gone. Snake, your concept of snake and your fear for snake, which you are always affected, is gone. So, that happens. That how? For one whose stupidity or ignorance is destroyed. You must have to get out of your ignorance through the realization of the meaning of, what is the meaning? everything is verily Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. If one can understand what I see is Brahman, I am talking that is a pew, but it is the lantern, it is the wall. It is all Satchidananda, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. Only in different name. You are seeing the water, but that water only you are naming foam, wave, ripple, how many names you can give, how many size and dimension it may be, but it is nothing but only water. So that concept, that analysis, that knowledge will dawn. Now the verse number 7 on page 197 again in the bottom. Through the control of the vital air and the renunciation of the latent impressions, the mind attains the state which is beyond mind. Huh? How do you reach that state? Mind, beyond mind? Only to the control of your vital layer. Vital layer means pranayama. Some people do pranayama. That's why pranayama is so followed by certain school of people. But someone vital layer, and second point, only pranayama will not do. You have to wipe out the latent impressions, as you have given the idea. How will the latent impression will go? Only thinking, I am Atman, who am I? What is this universe? This analysis. The mind attains, by this process of meditation and analysis, the mind attains a state. That is a state which is beyond the mind. Following these means, after the dissolution of the mind, behave as you wish. The Vasishtha is saying, first know this and live as you like. Ramakrishna said, is it not? First, by any means, realize God, and then do whatever you like. Very simple formula he has given. No. First realize God, and then do whatever you like. Who will do whatever? After realizing God, what is the need of doing anything? But Sri Ramakrishna emphasized first God and then everything. Here also, Vasishtha is suggesting first realization. Following the means, the dissolution of the mind, behave as you wish. After you have dissolved your mind and you see Brahman everywhere, then don't do whatever you like. You want to sleep, sleep. You want to eat, eat. You don't want to study Vedanta, okay, that's okay. You want to live in luxury, okay, live. If you want to live like a pauper, live. No restriction for you. Because you don't care for anything of the world in which we live. Now, 8th verse, the glory of holy association. But how it will happen? So he says, as he's saying, if you are engaged in holy association, on page 199, and the study of the Vedanta scriptures, then within a few days you will surely reach this understanding or attain this unflinching devotion to Brahman. For that you need not have to wait for a long time like months. It's giving a very great hope that if you sadhu sangha, sangama satsastra paro bhavasi, if you can get a holy company, holy association, and satsastra, this type of scriptures. Why satsastra? Scriptures has a mixed message. Every scripture has a mixed message. So, but Shastra is the cream of every religious, say Bible, from the Christianity, whatever, tons of books are available. From Hindu scriptures, tons of books are available. But if you read the essential part, say you read the Gita, you read the Upanishads, you read the Yoga-Vasishta, like that cream thing, Satsastra, which does not confuse our mere mind. Other scriptures don't confuse, but it is not meant for those people who are seeking for immediate experience. They will read Nyaya, they will go 6 systems of philosophy, then they will once upon have some debate and things. Someone will go to Guru for little meditation and practice. 1 life will go, 2 lives will go, 3 lives will go. Then they will be just moving to realize God here and now. So now we are talking of those people who want to realize God here and now. So they should have to go to Sadhu Sangha, holy company, Sasastra, good scripture, spiritual text, which no ambiguity there, no confused messages are there. So, and if you do that, you don't need to wait for Brahmagana. No masai, tad vihinai revo, no masai, prapnosi, simang parang dhyam. That means you will, within a few days, you will surely reach this understanding. What understanding? You are Atman, you are everywhere, Satchidananda, or attaining unflinching devotion to Brahman. They don't talk of God, so they are saying you will have unflinching faith and trust in Brahman. 9th verse on page 199. Due to the influence of holy association and the practice of the conduct like virtuous people, renunciation of worldly thoughts and contemplation about the perishable nature of the body, desires get attenuated. Now he is giving a very important clue in this verse number 9. What is that? They do influence you are if you go to a genuine spiritual person, what is called a holy person, and you conduct follow the practice, what the holy people are following. What they are following? Renouncing the attachments, contemplating on this world. Everything is changeable, perishable, full of destruction. If you get that idea again and again, then your desires for the world will be lessen and lessen and lessen, attenuated ultimately. So these are the three policies he has given. Holy company, following their conduct and virtues, then you renounce the worldly thoughts and contemplate or meditate about the perishable nature of this world and the body. Vedanta always discriminates. What is this body? Analyze. Actually, if we analyze the body, there is nothing attraction of the body. No. I won't look at my own body then. Suppose someone brings my skeleton, makes a replica of that, and say, hey, you are this. Will I like that skeleton? Yes, that skeleton put with something like the mother image is plaster of Paris they do. It is like that. Some skeleton is there and putting some this and flesh and bone and this and that God has created some mechanism and say, ay. So analyzing this, then no attraction for this will come. But you will be attracted to what is that which is making this insentient body to be so powerful, so active, so full of consciousness. What is that? That is to be understood. So 9th verse is gone. 10th verse says, O Raghava, O Rama, extremely dull people, even by their deep contemplation, convert poison to nectar and nectar to poison. That means if you are very serious, by your serious thinking, you can realize God here. Mane, it's saying extremely dull people, even the ordinary dull people, by their deep contemplation, if they meditate very strongly, and that mind will change, convert their thinking process, then it will poison into nectar. Thakur said, if one believes strongly that it is no poison, even the biting of the snake, the power of the poison goes away. So that means if you strongly think day and night that I am the Atman, I am not the body, that will be then in your knowledge. By their deep contemplation, convert poison to nectar and nectar to poison. Therefore, yeah.
He had the snake bite, but he attained immortality.
That's why you keep.
Technically he died, but because Thakur is saying that
That is different thing. Don't have to confuse with that. Spirituality and physicality not. Here the physical examples are to be taken to understand the spirituality. It is making that they become poison in the spiritual sense. This world is poison. It will turn into nectar. Huh? And if you are convinced, like we are convinced, the world is so true. God is poison to us. The world is nectar to us. But when you think deeply, then this world, if you think every day seriously, with holy company, with control of your senses and other things, then this world which is appearing so attractive, it will appear like poison. And that will be, and what is then? Then where is God? You will see God everywhere, nectar. Poison will turn into nectar, nectar will turn into poison. That's why Parikshit, you are talking about the example of Parikshit. Parikshit at the point of departure, when Sukadev is going away, he said that, Sukadev asked, have you solved your own all questions? He said, yes. Have you any more questions? Well, no. And then what have I achieved? He said, I was afraid of my death, but I don't fear for death anymore. Say, what was fear? Terror, that's transcended. It become nectar. Body dies, I don't die. That full knowledge he got it from him. So 11. Now 12 verse it says, O Rama, where is the body of yours now, using which you travel all the directions during your dream state, lying on your comfortable bed? Just giving an example. Last night, you are sleeping on your bed, but you have gone to maybe, you have gone to Chennai, or you have gone to Boston. So, where is that body with which you went to Boston? Last night, you have some dream. And in that dream, you went to London. You met some friends. Where that body with which you went to London, where is that? But that is, where is that? That is not there. So this is also like that. It is a dream. This is not permanent. So long you see the dream body is with you. You break the dream, that body is gone. So this is the point. O Rama, where is the body of yours now, using which you travel all the directions during your dream state, while you are lying on your comfortable bed? 13 on page 204. This concept that I am the body is to be totally rejected, even if complete ruin approaches. What does it mean? Even if some difficulty comes, just you will have to work on that I am not the body. You will have to be convinced in, even difficulties come, much difficulties to accept this idea. I am not the body, and someone punishes me. I feel the pain of the body. But you have to say, though you feel it, know that you are not the body. Where will you come? This is power. As you, giving an example, as a Chandali carrying dog flesh in her hand is untouchable, similarly, from a distance, a sadhu seeking liberation should renounce the belief that the body is self. We all love our own body. How much we say unconsciously, someone says, oh, you look so good today. I feel, ha ha ha. Is it not? It's a subtle way it works. Though I analyze, I am not the body, but if someone praises my body, I feel very joyful, no? So that's why it is said that, like a sadhu who seeks for liberation and freedom, they should give up this idea, that belief that the body is the self. This body is not the self. Body is a mass of panchabhuta, 5 elements. This body is what? Body is a product. This is a mechanism. God has created a mechanism. I am eating rice, dal, you are eating chapati, someone is eating vegetables, someone eating meat, but all are getting converted into this flesh, bone, eyes, ears, hairs. Is it not? So that's a mechanism. So that's why this is not me. But sadhu should not seek these things, body. Sadhu will seek for the Atman. Because this, how much we try to take care of it, how much we try to protect it, but it has its own state of changes, 6 changes. Asti jayate, it's born, it grows, Bardhate, gradually increases to adulthood, then reaches the climax, then downfall, jara, vadhi, and death. 13 verse, this concept, we read it now. 14 says, on page 206 in the top, my dear sadhu, sadhu means holy man, who we are all, he is addressing all the disciples as sadhu. With the help of contemplation on Brahman alone, when you will be freed from suffering by remaining mentally calm, then this body identity of yours will spontaneously be destroyed. What is the policy? How can you get out of this body identity? Well, then, oh sadhu, first of all, he is addressing here what is important. Sadhu means, oh renunciate. Renunciate does not mean that you are to be a monk, but who are mentally detached. O sadhu, with the help of contemplation, what to contemplate? On Brahman alone, think. I am that Brahman. In me is that Brahman consciousness. That ocean, Satchidananda light is within me. That is the reality. One contemplates like that. By contemplating, when you will be able to free from the suffering by remembering, remaining mentally calm. So whatever happens in the body, your mind will remain calm, undisturbed. But because now I am connected with the body, anything happens to the body, I feel so much affected. A Brahmagyani, body, something will happen. But Ramakrishna's last days, look at that. His body is cancer, suffering so much physically, but he is not. Swami Vivekananda, look at his health condition. Swami Brahmananda, Jadir we saw, but they are not affected by the body. So body identity spontaneously will go away. 15 verse says, through the type of firm contemplation that the entire visible universe is Brahman alone, the seeker of liberation becomes inwardly cool. They become peaceful inside and gets established in his own true self. Then his ego gets totally dissolved. He attains a stainless state, like the sky, due to the dissolution of the ego. So, thinking in this way, when one can think of day and night, I am Atman, I am Brahman, I am the self, I am not the body, then what happens? The mind becomes calm and perfect in the peace of Brahman. And that is the goal of life, stainless state of mind. 16 verse. It is the last verse of this chapter 5, which says, when the mind becomes peaceful, then the whole world seems to be peaceful. Again, if the mind is agitated due to desires, the whole world seems to be surrounded by forest fire. This is a very important point in Vedanta. Your mind, where is your mind? You are there. Your mind is peaceful, you are peaceful. Your mind is restless, you are restless. There are many people, they have no problem. They have big house, money, all the commodities, whatever needed for life, but restless. So where is peace? Restlessness, money does not give peace in the mind. But when the mind becomes peaceful, even someone remaining in the street, they are very happy people. Go to India and see the sadhus, how they are very peaceful and comfortable, with nothing in their possession. And at the same time in India also, there are people who are very rich. My God, restless and totally devastated every day. Everything is there. Food, wealth, prosperity, money, the servants to take care, drivers to take you. And every amenities are there, but mind is without. So how it will happen? By thinking of the divine nature. So don't make your mind agitated. Agitation comes because of desire. I want this. When the agitation comes, I want this, and I don't get it. My mind becomes restless. Huh? People, but I could not sleep whole night. Why? You are thinking something, and you are anxious about that. That means you want something to happen. Probably that is not happening. So there is the problem. So give up desire. Say the same point. Vedanta will come back again and again to the same point. Give up the restlessness of the mind. Why mind is restless? It is seeking to fulfill some desires. Why are you trying to fulfill your desire that way? Why not fulfill your desire seeing the divine in you? And that infinite joy, infinite peace, infinite bliss will come to you. So this is the end of the chapter. So next day we'll read the chapter 6. You please read at your own place, it will be much more beneficial. Okay? So we can now have any question? No. No question. Very good.
We already realized.
Good, sir. All the time, why the question? It is good to have calmness in the mind, serenity of the mind. So what we got it to this whole chapter, simply, synopsis is this. You need to destroy the latent impression. How it can be done? Sadhu Sangha, relying on the short scripture, holy scripture, and day and night thinking, I am not this and this, I am the self, I am that unchanging reality. What is this world? It is not. This world is true. It is name and form, but it is only Satchidananda. So seeing God there, seeing divine here, and making the mind calm and peaceful is the goal, how you can find eternal life. So, here we end then. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Sri Ramakrishna Panam Astu. So tomorrow, my meditation class at 10:30, no? 10 o'clock. 10. 10 o'clock meditation class by Swami Satyamayananda Swami, and 7:30 will be gospel class by Sarvadevananda. Huh? Okay. Okay. Satyamayananda. Satyamayananda. Okay, good. Okay. So tomorrow both classes by Satyamayananda Swami. 10:30 for meditation and 7:30 in the evening.
10 o'clock.
Oh my God, I am all announcing wrong. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock and 7:30. Okay? Thank you all. Jai Ma.